populate. So on the Blackboard page, like I said, the announcement, this is where you'll find any announcement if we're gonna meet and so on. It's always posted here. Once all of you register for WebAssign, I also send an email to your WebAssign just in case you get Blackboard notification time. On my course information page, you will find your syllabus, which I will click on in a few minutes. The course guide, which is probably the most important thing on this page, in my opinion, and the steps to log into WebAssign. I'm going to ask in a few minutes how many of you plan to use WebAssign and how many of you do not. Can you guys do me a favor, please? When I'm talking or when anyone's actually, can everyone mute your computer? I mean, I hate to do it. I can do it if I want to, but I don't want to mute you because the background noise for some of you. I'm going to mute Kevin because he's not responding. And I guess Kevin was the one with the noise. Okay. If you're in a computer, if you hit the space bar, you can talk, because if you're mute, we can't hear what you're saying, I think. Right? So if you just hit the space bar when you talk, it will tell you. On the phones, I don't know. On the phones, I'm not sure how to do it. I'll put my phone in vibrate. Okay. So let's start out with the syllabus. So here's the syllabus of the course. You are taking calculus. My name is Mark Chagai. Okay. Please, guys, this is not the only course I'm teaching. Please, I'm begging you. When you send me an email, please, in the subject, put 301 at least. If you send me emails a day, please, in every email, put Math 301. At first, I teach more than one course. Secondly, I'm not just a professor in the math department. I get about 100 email or more per day. And deciphering who you are, since I don't even know you, and this online is not an easy task because I don't know who you are. I don't memorize the roster. And one thing I do suck at is names. The second thing I suck at is driving directions. Thank God for Google Maps. Okay. But there's a few things, just like how you guys may not be good at certain things. I do suck at certain things also. We all do. And I'm not afraid to say what I suck at. Okay. Alberto, it was nice seeing the visitor. So
yeah, my grandpa says hi. Thank you.
So, I mean, the course is structured in such a way that you guys have to do a lot of work, right? We're not supposed to meet at all online for these courses. I don't know how that will work with calculus. I mean, I've teach a number of years fully online, mostly pre-calculus and Math 150. Never done fully online calculus, but the structure would be the same. I would suggest that we meet for certain topics because all of them are not that easy, but you can get by without meeting. Now the grading, all calculus course at BMCC have what is called a Maple Lab. A Maple Lab is a first of all, Maple is a software. It's a free download. So you guys have heard of CUNY eMall. I hope you have heard of CUNY eMall. And if you have not, if you go to CUNY first, there's something called the eMall there. You can download Maple for your lab technician, who is Professor Ali. Some of you, if you go to the math lab, have seen him before. He will do or conduct the labs for this class. It is very rare that the professor does the labs. Actually, of my 20-something years at BMCC, there's only one scenario I know of that. Okay. So I will make up questions. The questions will be similar to the class, and those questions will be answered using a software. Okay. Now, online things are much more intense because in a classroom, I can call you up and say, hey, Clary, I think I pronounced it right. What did you mean when you say this? Or Molly, can you explain what you did here? Online, I can't do that. So when I grade, please make sure that you guys are very explicit. And I'm going to show you an example today of two introduction that I got, and which one you will judge and tell me which one should get 100. Oops, that person on the spot. Okay, so the labs are 15% of the grade. Now, BMCC has a policy that if you don't attend labs, automatically you fail the course. So I said, if you don't attend labs, the highest grade you will ever get in this class is a C. Okay, so you have to attend the labs with Professor Ali. I think he plans to meet you guys at least once a week. Now, originally, this class was not fully online. Originally, this class was supposed to be met in person from 9 a.m. in the morning, I think, until 11:20. Someone can correct me with that if I'm wrong. For those of you who registered early, you knew this. And then they switch it over to a fully online class. On the Blackboard open discussion, which I think I haven't set it up yet, but I will definitely today, I want you guys to start coming to some agreement within yourself, not with me, what time is good for you guys to meet. And I will make Professor Ali meet with you guys at that time. Okay. I hope we can come to a census where most of us can meet. I'm not going to force you guys to meet, but I think you will need to. Any questions or concerns about that? Because I know some of you work. Speak up, guys and girls.
Wednesday is good for me.
Right. So on the Blackboard discussion, what's your name?
Ayoki.
Okay. Wednesday on the Blackboard discussion, I'm gonna have a special discussion, not the introduction. You guys will talk to each other and post your comments there. Generally, I read them. If there's math question and any one of you want to respond, you can do so. Okay. All right. So moving on to homework. Homework is 25% of your grade. From the course breakdown, I think we have a set number of homeworks. I could put additional homework there for you. But all the homework questions or enough homework is 25% of your grade. Okay. We'll talk, homework is not on Blackboard. Homework is not on Blackboard. It's on a program called WebAssign. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. Discussion board. I saw some of you already went on and did your introduction. There'll be a mandatory 2 discussion board forum. The first one is due tomorrow. And that's where you introduce yourself. That is where I get to know who you are. I've seen some really nice one that I really liked, and then I saw some this morning that I didn't like. Okay. Throughout the semester, you will see I will only take the best 3 exams. Please keep in mind, a final is a final exam, right? So I will take the best 3. Okay. You will have a total of 4, including the final. I will take the best 3. Because some of you at the end of 5 and something weeks, you're going to say, Professor, I have an A. Should I take the final? Hell no. Why would you take the final if you have an A in the class?
I did.
You did?
I did. Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Cantina.
Who is this?
This is Cantina Pippin. I just completed your Math 206 course online.
Oh, okay. And
yeah, I had an A and I took the final. The only reason I took it is because as I was about to not take it, there was a reminder sent out, you know,
okay.
Hey, the final is on there. And so I was like, well, let me just go ahead and take it. So yeah, I took it.
I mean, it does not hurt. If you have in the
Mhm.
class and you take the final, your grade doesn't get degraded
Right.
or you lose points. So
Mhm.
there's generally two type of students, right? There's the students who are eager to learn and the one who just have to learn. And I
Right.
know it makes sense to you guys. There are the students who's
Mhm.
eager to learn, and there's the students who just have to learn. Like you're in
Mhm.
college because your parents want you to be here. And that's okay. If my when he
Mhm.
grows up and he's still under my house, he has to do what I say. So he has to go to college.
Right.
But then there's the people who is eager to learn. Like when I was in college, I was eager to learn. I wanted to know.
Mhm.
I wanted to know how
Right.
things work. Okay.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm not saying don't take it, right? But if you have
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
you don't need to send me an email and say, "Hey, professor, I need to take the final?" But you could. I'm not stopping you from sending an email.
Mhm.
All right. So those are the most important things. We're gonna talk about web of science, so I'm gonna skip this, right? But here are some YouTube
Mhm.
videos, right? We'll show you how to buy the access code. Another one will show you how to register. What's important on this page is this portion here. I'm gonna click the step number 2, right? Step number
Mhm.
2 is the class key of the course. Everyone will need the class key. You have to know the class key. And please make sure when you type in the class key, it says my name and the course and the section.
Mhm.
Okay? I saw some of you already registered, so I'm assuming the class key is correct.
Mhm.
Here I show lateness policy. Okay. I do not accept late work. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Okay. By the way, I am a graduate of BMCC, for those of you who don't
Mhm.
know. And I find that students there were pampered. And when we get to 4-year college, most of them didn't know. Actually, I have a lot of friends at BMCC who dropped out because they couldn't deal with the pressure in the 4-year college. 4-year college is
Mhm.
no joke. I'm not scaring you. But when a professor give a deadline, it is a deadline. And when you guys work, some of you work regardless of what job you do. When you have a deadline at work, you have to get your deadline done. I mean,
Mhm.
1 or 2 times you could probably slack off, but no. So if you don't submit your homework on time, you will get a 0. If you don't
Mhm.
take the exam and you don't turn it in on time, you will get a 0. Okay, I am very strict when it comes to deadline.
Mhm.
I understand there are some cases where, yes, for example, a death in the family is something you don't predict, but your grandparents don't die 6 times in a semester. Okay, you only have 4 grandparents. Yeah. Okay. So please read through that. I don't want to spend too much time all the time. Here it shows the technology package. These are the topics we have to cover, right? If you notice, chapter 1 is all review, right?
Mhm.
Okay, all of chapter 1 is a review. And then we do
Yep.
chapter 2. So chapter 1 will be finished tomorrow morning. If you look at your daily schedule, which we'll look at in a minute. Okay, so all of
Mhm.
that is already there. Okay, and then there's some optional topic, which if we have time, we will look at. Here is the breakdown of how many hours we should spend per each topic.
Mhm.
Sometimes I go above, sometimes I go below. But this is your syllabus. Any questions on the syllabus?
No.
Any questions about
For
the
the
grade?
lab, Professor Jagai,
Yes.
for the lab, um, or yeah, the lab. How are those? I know you mentioned they're administered via um someone at BMCC. Is there a specific time for those, or can we just select a time?
Um, Generally, we want to meet as a group. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm waiting for the person. He's going to be the teacher's assistant for this class for labs.
Okay.
So his name
Mhm.
will be added to my roster. He's not there as yet. I don't know how long they will
Mhm.
take to do that. It should be done by the end of
Okay.
today.
Uh-huh.
Uh, he will send out an announcement or an email on Blackboard.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
or I'll give him my password for my WebAssign course, and he can also email you there. I may add him as a teacher's assistant for my WebAssign course too. So he will communicate
Okay.
with you. I will see what he communicates, and if there's a problem, he reports to me.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll know when you guys attend and don't attend, and he probably will take attendance.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, but
Okay.
let's
And
wait on him.
otherwise, I can. Mhm.
Let's wait on him to reach out to you guys first.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Other
Other-
than that, I can work independently. I'm fine. Other than that.
Well, I'll show you where to start. I'll show everyone where to start with labs today.
Mhm. Okay.
All right. Any questions about the syllabus? Any questions about grading, how the exams will work, where to find your homework? You guys have homework due tomorrow, right? So please make sure you know
Mhm.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes.
If we decide on a time where everyone can meet, how many times a week do you suggest us meeting? Because I noticed that the workload is kind of heavy in comparison to like other semesters. So what would you suggest?
I don't know. At least once. At least.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm down to meet every day, but
I agree with Alberto.
I mean, it's fine. If you guys can come up with a group, I can give you some time. Once I'm home, as you know, things start opening back, right? Once
Mhm.
I'm home, but I'm an early person, right? I always teach early in the morning. Although if you guys want to do like 11 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night, that's fine with me.
I'll post a link on the discussion board where everyone can select the times that they're available, and then we'll see what the largest consensus is for people
All right,
when they
let me
want to
make
meet.
sure. Let me make sure that the discussion board has the student. I don't want you to post that under the introduction. So if you did pull it off,
Okay, we'll do.
all right, I'll post another discussion today. So we'll talk about that because I may ask you guys to meet again at some point this week, right?
Are those meetings mandatory? Because
No.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. I don't have to.
Right. What I plan to do is that if we don't meet, if I do the recording, I post the recording, private recording on
Good.
YouTube. So only if you have
Yep.
the link, you do it.
Great.
Because the recording may show your names when you speak.
Mhm.
So it's going to be privately. Only people who have the link can view it. They don't see your picture. Don't freak out.
Right.
Okay. Let's go back to the course. Now let's look at the course guide.
Mhm.
So here's the course guide. The course guide is a day-by-day breakdown, and I mean, I like to use course guide. I don't know how many professors like it, because if we know today we have something to do, we get it done. Regardless if it's at midnight, we get it done. Okay?
Right.
So for day one, which is the 26th, so usually you have the topic, the reading assignment, and the due date. So day by day, because summer is very short, I usually put day rather than put week. We're going to do section 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.5. Register for WebAssign today and introduce yourself on Blackboard. Okay, that's your task for today. For tomorrow, we will do 1.6 and 2.2. Your homework is due tomorrow, and your discussion board is due tomorrow. So if you finish the discussion today, right, you don't have to do anything. You're done. On day 3, which is the 28th, which is Thursday, we'll look at evaluating limits analytically, because limits can be done 3 ways: graphically, analytically, and numerically. And then on that specific day, you also have homework number 2 due. Right? So here's a day-by-day breakdown. I mean, I don't want to go through. If you notice, the first exam is June 4th, which I believe is maybe next week or the following week. I'm not sure. Right? So exam 1. Then if you go down, we have exam 2 on June 15th. That's 2 exams so far. Then we have exam 3 on June 29th. That's 3 exams. And then you have the final 4. I'm only taking 3. So one of the exam is really dropped. Okay. Exam will be done on WebAssign also. I could ask
Mhm.
you to upload your work onto Blackboard, which I may. I want to see how that works, your scrap work. Okay. So the course guide is very important, a very good breakdown of what you guys have to do.
Mhm.
Any question on the course guide?
Mm-mm.
Questions on the course guide? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it open in case we want to come back. Now, WebAssign. Okay. So WebAssign is the online platform that will be used for the homework. It comes with a lot of free items on it. For example, the book, it comes free. So if I go to WebAssign, okay, and I click on your summer class, which is this one here, and open student view. This is what you will see when you log on. So it comes with an ebook for free, and this is where you will have your homework. So for example, if you see here, homework 1, current assignment, okay, over here,
Mhm.
homework 1 is ready for you to do. How many of you, slowly, have never used WebAssign before? Say your name, please. So everybody use WebAssign?
I didn't use
Mhm.
Refine.
Okay. Verify. Okay, so that's 1. Okay.
Me and Scarlett.
Okay, that's 2. So you go to webassign.com or .net, it doesn't matter. And you will enter a class key. You only do this once. See here where it says enter a class key? And this is where you're going to type in the class key, which is, where is it? bmcc.cuny, right? This whole thing is the class key. So in the first box, you will type in bmcc.cuny. Okay. In the second box, you will type in this. And in the third box, you will type in that. And that's how you're going to register for web. So bmcc.cuny. Oops, CUNY. And then you type in the other information here, which will be, where do we go again? 9794 and 4641, okay? And then you click enroll and you continue from there. Please use the email that you will constantly check, because at some point it will ask you for your email here. So this is where you go for your homework and so forth. Okay? There, I have videos showing you how to register for those people who have never used it. So you have to purchase this. It's $55. If you look at the course syllabus, I give you the link where you can purchase, and you don't have to purchase it today. On this link here, okay, you will actually, for calculus, sorry, for calculus it's $66 because calculus is a 3-semester course, right? Some of you only take calculus.
Mhm.
Okay. For math 206, it was 55. Yeah, sorry.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, so you will buy this one here. Now, when you buy that, you're getting a few things to come with it. You're getting an ebook. So if you have the book already, that's good, but you don't need the book. What you need is the homework system,
Mhm.
right? So if I go back to my page, if you look over here, there's an ebook, and this is my, I don't know what the open student view. Let's quit some of my pages that I have up. So if I open student view, your book is somewhere over here. My ebooks. See in the top here where it says my ebook. So your book should be a list of books there, or your book alone. Your assignment is here. Please note it's due tomorrow by 11. Okay.
Mhm.
Now somewhere in this, so here's your first assignment. Okay. You guys can look through that on your own. I don't want to spend time looking through the assignment. somewhere over here has something called resources. Here's your ebook also. Okay, so it's in 9 tab, you get the ebook. I'm looking for resources. If you guys know where it is, let me know. The book, oh, here is it, resources. Everyone see resources at the bottom here? See my screen jumping around there at the bottom?
Yes.
So if you click on that, and you guys are doing chapter 1, so click on this. Here are video, and each one of these links has multiple videos. I would strongly suggest you guys to look, and they're very short, 2-3 minutes. Look at them.
Let's begin with the notion of
This
graphing
guy
by
is
point
great.
plotting. It's the most fundamental
Okay.
way of constructing a
He
graph.
explains
Point
certain
plotting is the
topics.
matter of making a table of
So
values.
even if you see my
These are really,
notes,
this
look at
is
the
really a
videos.
table of X, Y values that
Okay.
are solutions points
So
to
you
the
get that
equation.
under
And
resources.
if we want to
Okay.
make
So
our
there's a
table
whole
of
lot of
values,
videos. I mean, you guys know how to do this, but, or you know these things, but at least the videos will help. Okay. So for me, on my page, it's under resources. Yours page looks different, and then you have all of these videos. Every section has a video, and in each one of these sections has videos at the bottom of that hidden. You will need this, trust me. Okay. So let's go back to, oops, where are we? We don't need that. Course information, okay, good. So you should, we went through the registering. Hopefully you guys know how to register. Okay, so that was course information page, right? The Professor Jagai page just tells you my email, please use this email. Do not send me email through WebAssign, okay? Please use my BMCC email for all communication. For those of you who joining late, in the subject must have at least Math 301 and then whatever you want to write. Or just Math 301, section 0507. It's on your Blackboard page, it's right here. So you should know the course and section you're taking. Then it tells you a little bit about myself. Oops. Okay, daily guide. I don't think this is much of a concern to you. It's a day-by-day breakdown with your learning objective. By the end of today, you should know all of these things. And then in each one of these folder also tells you things that you have to get done in that given day, right? You should register, you should start the discussion board, you should look at the notes and start homework 1, okay? That's what you should do by the end of today. Then if we go back to day 2, okay? In day 2, homework 1, read the notes, and then complete homework 1 and submit it. So this is a day by day. Now I didn't do, because for some someone just joined, please mute. Or left. Okay, if you notice on day 3, I probably don't have anything there. Not just that. It's in the class notes. Okay, so the daily guide, I just put it up there as a guide. I mean, hardly anyone looks at it. The class notes is probably the most important one that follows. Day by day notes. So if you were taking this class in person, here are the notes that you should have seen in class. This is what I would have written on the board. All right, so let's look at the first class notes. They're in PDF, most of them. So your objective, equations, okay? So this is the first notes on equations. So these are all review for most of you. but I've put it there anyway. Okay, so this is all the notes for the first section, which is review, x-intercept, y-intercept, graphs, and so forth. Symmetry, which is pre-calculus, you just did this. Okay, how to check for symmetry. So this is where you'll find under class notes. Every section will have some notes, some section don't. Now, if you look at section 1.5 on my screen, there is no notes, right? If I click on that link and you are not in WebAssign, that link will not work. So make sure Web open first.
Yeah.
So when I click on it, because I have WebAssign open, and I click on it again, it takes me direct to that video on inverse function.
Yep.
Okay. So make sure WebAssign is open before you do that. Let's close out some of my screen here. Okay, so that's where class notes. I don't plan to put up a lot of class notes because I'm making corrections. So day 1 and day 2 is up. Okay. And as you know, exponential function, this is my pre-calculus note since it's review. In pre-calculus, it's chapter 3.1. So that's why there you see chapter 3.1. In calculus, it is chapter 1.6. But it's the same notes from pre-calculus, so I didn't retype notes. Okay. This is where calculus begins. 2.2. Finding limits graphically and numerically. I explain here what is limits. Okay. And there's videos there to, you know, put together what I have. So by tomorrow, you guys should be looking at this. Or you can start today. Questions on, those are the key points except for the discussion board. So those are the key areas that you will be using. Oh, and what I do every day, I try to put, see at the bottom here where it says day 1. It's like a summary. I just put it there, so a summary of what you're doing. So most days you're going to see that day changing, or it's there, but it just moved to the bottom. Like tomorrow we'll say day 2 and day 1 will be under day 2. Okay, so you don't have to go and look around. That clicking on that folder kind of like summarize everything you have to do. Okay. Questions?
No.
Okay. Now let's go to the discussion board. So if you look at the discussion board right now, there's only one forum. Each one of these area here is called a forum. I'm going to add one there today where you guys will go and talk. So 8 people had already introduced themselves to me. So you ready? Put on your judging hat there now. Okay. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to look at Raven. Raven, are you on with me today? Raven? No? Okay, then you can talk anything bad about Raven. That person is not here. Jeez, you guys are like so serious. Come on. So here's an introduction at Raven. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, read this.
Can you shrink the screen a little more? Because I can't read everything because of to the left. Sorry. Go
Is
to
that
the
good?
left. I'm not seeing everything, but the participants' pictures and stuff are covering. The other side, the other way, the opposite way.
I can't move it. I can
Okay.
shrink the screen. But if you log into Blackboard, you see this. I think you guys can look at it.
Yeah.
You can see other people posting, I think.
So,
You guys read it? Everyone read it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me call someone. Let's try Andres. Is that your name?
Hi, yeah, it's me.
Okay. Do you think you know Raven by just reading that description there now? How well do you know Raven now?
Well, I can tell that she's a business administration major. I
You
can also tell that she
is a
recently,
business administration major. How do you know that?
it says there, my name is Raven and I'm my first year BMCC and my major is business administration.
First of all, I don't know the gender, but it says business administration. Yes, but I don't know if Raven is a guy or a girl.
Yeah, I don't think, no.
I mean, some girl name, but I don't know. All right.
Yeah,
But
it just says her name, yeah.
now, what I want you to do is read either this one here or even
Or mine,
where are you?
Cantina.
Let's go look for
I should be the first one.
No. Well, okay, the first one, let's see.
Down. You just passed it. That one's good.
Okay.
Right there.
You can read this one.
That's me.
Is this one more informative than the first one? I mean, I felt like I know her now.
You know me very well.
So you get where I'm going with this, right? I probably will never see you. Not unless you come to the department to complain or something about someone. Because some days I'm deputy chair, hours there. So this is how I get to know you guys. You never know. 5 years from now, you guys may send me an email. Hey, professor, can you write a recommendation? I'm getting into graduate school. You know, I'm doing my PhD. I need a recommendation. At least if you write something like this, I'm going to know who you are.
That's right.
Life is all about connection. And there are some really good ones here, really good ones. I mean, I'm surprised, you know. This one was good. I didn't read all of them. I actually read, I think, Jennifer Park, because she emailed me and also copied this just in case it didn't post. Get to know some people. Please, when you introduce yourself, I mean, don't write and talk nonsense, but introduce yourself. Okay? So just be careful with the discussion, guys. Discussion board is very important. So I'm going to add a discussion board forum there today. And Alberto said he's going to put something there where, you know, you will be able to say what time you can meet. Any questions?
Nope.
So everyone is good, eager to learn some calculus this semester?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Sure. Goes by very fast, guys. I can tell you that.
We'll be ready for calculus 2 in the fall.
Good. If you do your work, you will be ready. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I'll be taking that, so I'm kind of worried, but cool. Thank you.
You don't have to be worried. You will see because, I mean, Alberto, I know you because you took my pre-calculus class.
Yeah.
You will see that the pre-calculus is going to help you here.
Don't worry. Professor Jagai's classes, his courses online are so detailed and information packed that you can't fail the class. If you follow it, you cannot fail. So don't worry. Fear will block your potential to resource all of the available options to learn. So don't fear.
So,
and
and the reason why she's saying that is because her course was more detailed than your course at Porto and Miss Mancor. And if there's any other there who course got switched over in March. The young lady who's speaking, her course was a fully online course from day one. So she had all the information there. I didn't transfer all of those things to you guys' course. So because this course is fully online, it will be a wealth of information there for you, adding day by day. And guys, listen, don't make my wife hear this. I am bored staying home.
That's funny.
It'll be funny if she ever find this link. So, I mean, set up a group meeting. I don't mind helping you guys in a group. One of the reasons I stay in being a professor is because I like to help. I'm not a slacker. I like to help.
Yep.
Like some of you, I mean, you met me a few weeks at the MCC. I don't play around when I'm in the classroom. No phones. You know, you want to use your phone, go outside, chill outside. Okay. So, I mean, set up a group. Hey, send me an email. Hey, professor, we are free Fridays, and just don't give me one timeline, right? Because if I have an appointment, I wouldn't be able to cancel my appointment. Give me like 2 or 3 timelines that you guys want to meet as a group, and we'll do a Zoom session. Zoom sessions are very easy here. This is what we do. Here, you want to solve an equation? We can solve 2x plus 3 equals 9. You're watching me doing the problem.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So this is just like me teaching. The only difference is you're probably in your pajamas in your bed. I'm sitting with my shorts. You can't see that. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm sitting down home, right? And, you know, distractions happen. You may have a little brother or sister. Sometimes my son's open my door and he just comes in here. And he will see, like, who is that? What's your name? I mean, you know, he's still going on to 3. They're a curious age. But distraction. So don't feel bad if someone walk past in the house. It's okay. Just mute your screen. Mute it.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
We're put in a position where we have to learn, and we're home. So we know that you may have a dog barking in the background or whatever. Just mute your screen. That's it. You know, your mom or your dad may come in the room and start yelling at you. Just mute. That's okay. It's all right.
In my case, it would be my teenage children.
Right. I mean, it's normal. Just mute your screen and everything will be fine. So, I mean, we're going to end here for today, right? Start your work. I'll add more notes. I'll add the discussion board within the next hour. And Alberto is going to post his end on it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Any
Professor, I also want to say that for Math 206, we had a WhatsApp group chat with all the students from there. So in my introduction, I'm going to post my number, and whoever's interested in joining the WhatsApp group chat, where we usually create Zoom links and work on homeworks, work through problems together with or without the professor. So if you're interested, you can always add me on there and we'll create a group chat for this class.
Oh, Natasha, what I can do is I'll add a link to the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
On the post with the sign up genius,
Okay,
but you can
that's
add your number
perfect.
too.
Perfect.
Right. So sometimes they ask me to join. I mean, I think I've joined you guys group once or twice when they were reviewing for the exam. I just join in, and if they had questions, they ask me questions.
Well, I
Right.
really appreciate that. I've never had that before at BMCC, and I really like that. I'm pretty slow in math.
Me too.
This is Aoki speaking, guys.
Oh, no worries.
Right. So I hope you guys all, you know, take time, get your work done, learn, be eager to learn, not just to get an A. Okay. Because this will help you later on in life. You will appreciate when you're eager to learn, guys.
Thank you. Oh, and Professor, random question. It's somewhat dumb, but I was kind of stressing out last night looking at credits that would transfer. And this calculus class, I'm guessing all calculus 1 classes, they all teach the same basic principles, correct?
They should. Yes, they have a syllabus they have to cover, but as you know, not all professor covers everything. But if you have to take calculus 2, you better make sure you know calculus 1.
Okay. Because Columbia, they're asking me like very stringent like measures for before I can take calculus 2, and I'm a bit worried because I don't want to take it over again. So,
No, you wouldn't have to.
okay, cool. Thank
So
you.
I can tell you that I teach everything in Calculus 1 that needs to be known in Calculus 1.
Mhm.
And if you
Okay.
plan on taking Calculus 2 at PMCC, then pick your professor wisely. That's all.
Mhm.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
You mean you want to get an A, but at the same time, you don't want to get an easy A.
Mhm.
You know what I mean by an easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that
All
won't
right.
have
I
me ready for
noticed
next class.
David said put a chat. You guys can see the chat, right? And Molly.
Mhm.
But I think you guys can do that in the link when Alberto posts the link. So everyone will come to a census. I will try to look at it. Jaden, where are you? Jaden.
Right here.
Okay, Jaden has my cell phone number, so you guys can contact him and he can get in contact with me by cell. I'll probably give it to Mangor or Alberto too, because I know you guys from before. Jaden used to work with me in the math department. So so at least if there's like an emergency meeting you guys are calling and I'm not around, at least you can shoot me a text or something.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works. But Jaden has access to me at any given time. Well, please don't text me at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll kill you.
Okay.
All right. Everyone's good?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, oh, he's up. You hear the noise in the background? All right. So I'll end the session.